The training up of the swordsman is underway. So Ryudo's home village is doing well. Well, that sounds cool. Oh, I can actually go in. They didn't let me in the last couple towns. Oh, I suppose it's important they let us in. Anything exciting in the back rooms? Nope, not at all. I was thinking maybe the kid was going to be back in one of them. Sandra, was that the green-haired lady in back? I suppose after everything she's done... That's a good question. Lady knows things. I suppose as much time as she spent on medicine trying to make her daughter better, it only makes sense that... Well, it makes sense she'd be really good at medicine. Let's check out some of these houses. Now that Celine's not around wrecking everybody. The flowers? I suppose she did put a lot of effort into growing those flowers then. Hey, witch doesn't mean bad. Okay, there should be one last house. Guys still haven't fixed this place up. You want to clean this mess up? Just all this crap everywhere? Come on, people, get your crap together. So the young girl is all right after all. I was close. I said Irene. It's been a while, alright? No weird eyeball on her forehead. Heck yeah. Man, so she's there? Well, as long as we're here, we gotta run up front. Gotta see Elena. But first, I'm gonna check out in the house. There's nothing here. Then I'm gonna run in back. I can't go in the door. Oh, hey, there's people over here. Save point's gone. Barrel's blocking the passage again. Alright, let's go see Elena. Dude, Elena. And this has been Let's Play Grandia II. There are other Grandia games. There's a Grandia 1, a Grandia 3, and a Grandia Extreme, as 90s as that is. And from what I can tell, Grandia 2 has always been kind of the peak of the Grandia series. They refined the battle system a lot after the first Grandia, and Grandia 3 and Extreme both refined the battle system further, but they severely slacked off on the story going into them. I've not played them personally, but I've read very little to convince me that this isn't the best of the series. And I played this one when it originally came out on the Dreamcast. I thought it was a wonderful game at the time, sitting as one of my favorite RPGs. And when I booted this series up, I also did it with a sense of, let's see if my memories hold up. Let's see if this game is as good as I remember. And to be honest, I think this game is better than I remember it being. I think the subtlety of a lot of the story, of the depth of characters, the way it handled so many tropes of JRPGs, and yet did all of them in a unique way. I think that's something that I can appreciate much better and recognize much better now. Realizing the motivation for the characters that I would have glanced over before. The ending as a whole, I didn't like. The post-time skip ending, I didn't like at all. I thought the game needed to be shut off right there. But now I think I can appreciate that ending. We've seen Rowan grow, we've seen him turn into the king was destined to be. Tio, of course, is staying near Rowan, but she's helping people. She's doing everything she needs to do. I think Millennia, Elena, and Ryudo were the three that threw me off the most in the ending. But I feel like a lot of that was that, as a kid, it felt like they had simply excused a reason for all of them to go about their own lives and do their own things. But reading into that a little bit, as we've had to in all the game up until now, I think, for one, right after the immediate event, I very much doubt they split up right then. Of course, the world was in terrible turmoil right then, and the three of them, I'm sure, stayed together and helped everyone with the immediate recovery. And once everything started to settle down, Ryudo went on his way, on his own quest. Millennia and Elena also split up to go about their own pursuits, to find their own happiness in the new world, but this is all done with the expectation that Ryudo was going to come back. It's more of a vacation than anything, I feel, and Ryudo will surely be back very soon. And in coming back, the three of them are likely to join up again and go on more grand adventures wandering the realm together. Which is going to give everybody a headache, Ryudo included, with two girls fighting over him. I think I do still have maybe a couple faults that I find with this game, but for the most part I've enjoyed it terribly much. I think, for one, Ryudo and Rowan's voice acting was perhaps a little on the hammy side. I think Elena and especially Millennia were over the top and fantastic for it, though. I think the battle system was wonderful. There were perhaps a couple issues with the mana eggs, where I feel like it would have been nice if some spells were simply more viable. Like Howl, for example. It's a nice early game spell because you don't have any other spells at that point, and it's low cost. But come endgame, you don't have any wind spells. I didn't bother casting wind spells because none of them were useful. Earth as well kind of fell into that category. So by endgame, even when I had access to every spell in the game, I didn't even bother casting Earth or Wind, or Ice for that matter, because they were outside of the efficiency range for MP. I think the story itself was wonderful. Perhaps they could have done a little bit more to explain some of the things that we had to kind of guess at and read between the lines at. Getting a little bit more direct information on that, I feel like, would have been very nice. I think the one biggest thing that I don't like about this game, that I would like to see improved, was simply that I want more of it. The game felt reasonably short, all things considered. I mean, granted, I put 40 hours, 35 hours into the game. And with 35 hours into the game, that's kind of a short JRPG. And not just length, but just content. For example, you couldn't wander about the world. You were very strictly lined to go point A to point B to point C. You could never go back and explore, you could never backtrack, and there was no reason to. I think it would have been really neat if they gave you a little bit more freedom to explore on the world map. And I think side quests, something else to do, optional little things here and there, would have done a world of good as well. Heck, give me something after the end credits. You're running, rowing around. Maybe at the end of that, everybody gets back together. You can go anywhere, do anything, put a whole bonus area in there. Perhaps budget was some of the concern in that one, but I just want more of the game. And really, if there's going to be a fault, the fault being that there's not enough of it, is the best fault that you can have. The game, I think as a final note, the game is a little buggy here and there, and Grandia II ports are notorious for that. No port of Grandia II off the Dreamcast has been without flaw, without issue. And this version is no different. I do think, though, this is becoming the definitive edition. There are some minor issues with it, but for the most part, it's nothing glaring. It's nothing that ruins the experience. An off-camera angle here and there. Something weird happened when I loaded a save game near the end, but it's minor issues. But honestly, you've seen pretty much everything that I've run across, save the one really big bug that happened right at the end. But, I don't know. I've talked enough. I'm rambling at this point. This is a wonderful game. I implore all of you to look into this, to check it out, to play it. I hope you've all enjoyed. Until next time, everyone.